After completing university, most of my adult life was spent in Vancouver. Life was an exciting journey. In the distance were life dreams, a partner, success in career, artistic achievement, excellent health, and fun times were all on the horizon. I explored different roads and pathways, and was fortunate to form many friendships as companions for the journey. I was headed in the right direction. And then one day, I became ill. It lasted for weeks before I learned of my HIV diagnosis. The bright road ahead suddenly changed. Hopes and dreams felt washed away by a storm. No solid ground, diminished sense of direction. I did my best to keep moving and remember my goals. But over time, it became easier to get knocked off course and harder to get back on track. Afraid of accepting medication, I chose to hold off since my immune system was remaining intact. Years passed without feeling like I was living. Low physical energy crept upon me, lurking as a daily struggle. In shame of not feeling capable of participating in a full life, I retreated. I hid. Riddled with uncertainty, I yearned for guidance, for direction. A thought kept rising up in my mind. At the end of this life, what would I look back on and know that I made the right choice, that I made a difference? I thought about the curious and creative boy I once was, the place I grew up with my family in the countryside of central Alberta, memories of playing board games with my sisters and my parents who provided for us. There was joy and a sense of adventure, riding my bike down the gravel roads on the edge of wooded land with creeks and rivers. And I thought about my grandma in Lethbridge. She had moved to a care facility, but still owned her home of 60 years. I knew how much it would mean to both of us if I lived there and was closer to her. Maybe moving back was the right path.
Oh, I like my yard and my flower bed and my garden, you betcha. Yeah, I like the garden. But do you think we should go outside now?
I made the move and for the next 3 years provided care to Grandma before she passed at the age of 104, having lost my mother the year prior. The time Grandma and I spent together helped us both. I hadn't realized how the lack of energy, losing work, and disconnection from a social life were all symptoms of my HIV. I realized after my diagnosis I hadn't been on a path at all. I had thought I was, but I hadn't been headed in any direction. Through providing care to a loved one, I learned more about myself, about my priorities, and living a meaningful life. Family mattered to me, and so did creativity. I liked caring for people. There was a reason for me to be here. It was time for me to accept treatment, and maybe that would give me the physical energy I needed for the journey. At times I see HIV as just a symptom, and other times it is a cause. I am in new territory where life can still feel challenging, at times messy, but I am better at rolling with the realities of living with HIV. My life has adapted to where I live in Vancouver part-time and Lethbridge part-time. I apply my creativity and skills as a facilitator and educator in a leadership program for people living with HIV. I continue to be of service to my family, especially in playing a role in my niece's life. Living with HIV is not easy, but I feel better about myself, and that helps me keep moving forward.